All right, it is March 16th, 2024, early morning, and we're gonna do a short art stream doing some low poly assets in Blender. Don't have a lot of time this morning. I need to finish around 9 or 9:15 because we got to go to Costco when it first opens. So we're just gonna hop right in. Also, oh shit, damn it, oh shit on my shirt. I need to go change real quick. I'll be right back. Whoops. Okay, fortunately I had a clean shirt of the exact same color, so I can gaslight y'all into thinking that I never changed shirts at all. It's an illusion. Okay, so we have a list of things that I would like to make some low poly assets of this morning. I don't think any of them are going to take a lot of time, so we'll probably finish all of these. Oh, that's my email. Why do I have it on my email? Oh, damn, Chris. I'm just gonna close that. Close that. And here we are. We have a top hat, a low poly cake, some clouds, an umbrella, a water slide, and a candy bridge are some of the things that were mentioned that he needs for his game. So let's get to it. I can't really give you all more details than that because it's top secret NDA. He said I could stream this, but let's get started on the top hat first. So for that, I'm just gonna start with a cylinder and we'll make it maybe 16 to start, and then we can always downsize it later. I guess that becomes a question of how low poly he wants it, to which I don't have an answer, so I'll just have to wing it here. So personally, I know how to model top hats, but I'll show y'all some examples on Google for what we're going for. So I personally think something like this that has like a nice little ribbon, maybe a bow tie. The ribbon's probably red though. And I like the shape where it's a little bit flared out like that. I think that's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and do a top hat, something like that. I think it's got the crazy eyes. Yeah. Let's do it. This one's easy. We just take it. I'm gonna move it up 1 unit. We'll go ahead and do the rim down here. Oh, I have to change my preferences real quick because I have emulate 3-button mouse on. I can't stand that when I'm modeling with a mouse. So we'll select this loop, extrude it out, like so. And then for the top, we'll go ahead and scale this out. Something like that. You want the ribbon to be visible. It'll probably be pretty small on the character, so I'm gonna make the ribbon somewhat taller than you would normally see probably. I'm gonna move the camera up so that we can do some nice test renders here for my brother when it gets to that point. And then I'll export these later. What's up, Cash? Good morning. A little sleepy there. I guess it is pretty early. Rise and shine, motherfucker. I'll go ahead and probably bevel this. How many bevels do we want though? That's just a design choice, I suppose. I think I'm gonna scale this out a little bit more. What's my WPM? Oh, words per minute. Do you want my high score or do you want my average? Because they're both the same. Suck it, nerd. No. Let's see. I haven't tried like a typing thing. I think it's monkey type or something. That's pretty cool. Let's see. Man, Google sign in? I have to remember my, oh, okay. I need to remember how to sign in here. I haven't done like a thing. Right now is not going to be my optimal time for this. Oh, there we go. Okay. Here we go. These are my stats. So even for 120 seconds or 100 words, it's over 100 words per minute, which is pretty good. Average words per minute looks like 122. Right now, right now I would be slow and screw up a lot because it's early. So you gotta give me some leeway for that. I can do the 15-second one. Ah. 121's not bad. Okay, back to our top hat here. Okay, maybe it's not up to your standards, but I don't think it's bad. Yeah. I'm streaming so early this morning because I can only go till 9 o'clock here a.m. because we're going to Costco right when they open to beat the traffic. We have a St. Patrick's Day party we're doing tonight. I am going to be drinking some magic adult drinks. Let's smooth this out a little bit. I think we probably can get away with just 8 edges for this. And this is easy enough to remodel if he decides he wants more. I think that looks pretty cool. Magic adult drinks include Irish drop shots. And apparently the name that we use in the States here for those is offensive. I didn't realize that. I guess without saying the offensive name, the Irish vehicle explosion. And then I'm also making hurricanes, which are really good. I wonder if we could do one of these to make it a little bit more lived in. Yeah. And then a cool way to line these up is just go to the front view and rotate on the Z-axis. But we're gonna have Lucky Charms Rice Krispies, which will be pretty fun. Add some sort of interior to it. So part of what sells me on the low poly style is how everything looks triangulated. So if everything here is quads, I need to modify it some to make it look triangulated perhaps. Let's see if anyone else has done something like that. Nope, mine looks better than these. I guess it's fine just using quads like this. And we could also triangulate it. And then just take every other vertex, perhaps, and scale them in a little bit. And then take every other vertex, move them down a little bit, and that'll add like, no, that looks worse. That looks significantly worse. I'm just trying to get some triangles to show up, but I think it's fine as quads. Then we can take this for the ribbon area, scale it out, like so. Go ahead and add some new materials, which when I export these, it'll all be probably one material with like a texture. I'm gonna go ahead and add some lighting here, just to show off to my brother what we did this morning. Oh, OBS disconnected and reconnected. What the hell? That's not good. How's the stream looking? Bitrate. Unstable. Bitrate too high. What? Only 6,000 kilobits per second. Interesting. I'm not sure why it's unstable. Average stream bitrate too high on Twitch. Oh, well, that's a problem for them. I'm sending the recommended bitrate so they can suck it. And I'm more of a YouTuber anyway, so if they ban me, so be it. So the cool thing about low poly art, I think, is doing like really nice soft lighting. So I'm gonna do cycles, of course, and we're gonna set this to 4. We'll set our color management to standard. And then our sun, I'm gonna make like 35 degrees to make it nice and soft. Here, we'll go ahead and add a ribbon material. Maybe make the hat gray, like a really dark gray rather than solid black. And let's find a nice HDR. So I'm gonna go to Polyhaven. Yeah, best bitrate for 1080p 60 on Twitch is 6,000. That's what I set my thing to. But it says, unstable, your average bitrate is too high. Which is not my fault that their platform sucks. Yeah, well, that's their problem. Up just a teensy bit more. Maybe flare out the top a little bit more to make this more apparent. That looks pretty cool. Oh right, we were going to Polyhaven. I had lost track of what I was doing. Let's go look at their HDRs, and we'll just grab like a general, like nice sunny, cloudy kind of afternoon. Oh, this cloudy sky is kind of nice. Yeah, we can just grab like this partially cloudy sky, I think. An HDR, 2K is fine. Does not need to be anything fancy. Go ahead and go to editing drive, I guess. I'll make a new folder, which y'all can't see right now, but I promise I'm doing it. Okay. And save this. Made a new folder under my editing drive for Richard game. And we'll call this assets. We'll just work under the same Blender file for all the assets so I can keep my little background here. It's just nice and easy. We can separate them out later with the different files if need be. Anyway, I can't see the chat right now because it's covered by my windows. But we can go to our world, give us a new environment texture, and we're going to grab Kloofendal. And let's take a look at where the sun is here. I think we want it like somewhere. Let's see. Nah, this is about right. More or less. Although it's really bright and making a solid shadow, which I'm not sure I'm a huge fan of. Let's go ahead and take this down some. I think I want more diffused lighting. Let's keep looking. We want outdoor, I believe. Ah, like this cloudy one's not too shabby. Although I guess there's nothing wrong with like a hard shadow if it's not too much. And then we can make this a nice color. Maybe like a nice pastel kind of purple. We can also turn down the strength of the backdrop just to make it a fill light. I think the nice hard shadow kind of works, honestly. And we can mess with that too. Oh no, I put this down here just to cover my camera. We can mess with that. We can go, because I just want like a little area blocked off specifically for my camera, so I'm not covering anything important. Okay, shader editor. We can go to our world, and here we can clamp. So to do that, we can just do a mixed color. And clamp result. And I don't think we want it to be that dramatic here. So then we can mix this with the unclamped, and that'll help us choose, but like that'll help us clamp it some without clamping it too much. Mostly we just want to tone that down. And then the background, we can add an empty and do object coordinates on a gradient, and we'll use the empty as the object coordinates, and then do a converter color ramp. Take the factor of the gradient, take our base color here, plug that in there, plug that in, and then we can mix between two colors. We could do like a purple and a green kind of cool background, which might look nice. And then just scale this to make it and then also another thing you have to do here is vector mapping and then minus 0.5, and that'll center it on the empty. So now if we scale the empty, it'll scale from the center, which is nice. Make a hidden collection and shove the empty in there. We'll turn the passive part out all the way up on our camera. That's not looking too bad. Alright, I'm awake. You may want a different HDR, but this one's fine for now. We're just modeling things at this point. All right, let's take a look at our little checklist. Top hat. Oh, I guess I don't need a done list if I can just check things off. Cake. Which he had a specific look that he wanted for the cake. Let me open his top secret development document. Yeah, so like a chocolate drizzle kind of cake like this, but with the cake white, I think would look really cool. So let's do that. So we'll go ahead and put this in a new collection called Top Hat. Hide that, and let's get started on the cake. So we'll start with another cylinder. We'll do 8 again, maybe 12. Yeah, 12 is good. I kind of want things to be floating above the ground here. I'm sore. As for chest day the other day, I did chest flies for the first time in a while, and man, that hurts. In a good way. Oh, let's put some berries on top. Which I kind of like how these strawberries are all pointed up, but maybe we could do like little raspberries, or leave it up to viewer interpretation potentially. We also want the nice chocolate drizzle, and we're gonna approach that in a different kind of way. Oh, I should also be sending him pictures as we're doing this. No. Oh, let me turn on viewport denoise. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why Twitch says unstable. That's weird. So, number next, working on a cake. I don't know. I'd say most cakes are a little bit flatter than this. We'll create a couple of layers, because I think that would be fun. Of different colors. I have to figure out what colors to do here, though. Maybe just different shades. Let me look at his reference. Oh, pink and white might look good. Let's do 3 here. We'll assign 1, 2, 2, 3. You can make this one like a sort of pink. This one can be like sort of the beige, like a yellow cake, and then this one can be like white frosting. Something like that could pass as cake, I think. So then for the drizzle, what I'm thinking is we can extrude this, or not extrude, just duplicate it, and we can do a solidify. It's going, oh, I selected the wrong thing. Happens to the best of us. It's going the wrong direction, but that's okay because we can just change the direction. Something like that, because we're gonna do some fancy things here later. So here's what I'm thinking. Let's go ahead and extrude that in. And then for the drips, we don't, I think we can like extrude down like this. I'm gonna make each of these quads essentially. And then we will add some shape to these drips. Whoa, I'm dizzy. What just happened? It's early. My gosh. Okay, so we have some drips, and I'm also picturing I don't know why I didn't do this part first. But we need to take these edges and move it down just a little bit to have the icing cover the top here. Doing this the slow way. That's the fast way. Which means I can turn off Solidify real quick just to see where this is. Always face the same direction. We can turn Solidify back on. Why is this? Interesting. Let me take a look at the normals here. So we are having some issues. Yeah, some of these are facing the wrong direction. Interesting. Okay. I think that works. We'll go ahead and make these even thickness. And then this is where we're gonna have to make some magic happen. Which is where we kind of shape out the drips. And for that, I think what we're gonna do is then apply a subdivision surface modifier. I'm not sure why this is the way it is. Oh, probably the geometry's a little bit wonky. Let me fix that a little bit. And just inset this. A little bit. And inset it again. Damn. Oh, are some of these still facing the wrong way? Like, what's going on here? Oh, I I see what's going on. Shit. We have this whole bottom face. There we go. Okay, much better. Whoops. Okay, so that's fixed. We do want to make this a little bit thicker. Yuck. Then we want to shape the icing. I'm going to duplicate this, put it in the hidden collection just as a backup. And to shape the icing, we want like the drips to sort of flare out a little bit. So I'm going to work on that. You can scale this in pretty far. That's looking pretty cool. And then the magic's gonna happen here in a second. Gonna do some Disney freaking magic. I have a trick for doing low poly things. Anybody who uses Blender will be able to guess what it is, but that's okay. Okay, that's some drips. That's looking cool. So then, on top of our subdivision surface modifier, we can add a decimate modifier and decimate the shit out of it. Until it looks low poly. So you get unsubdivide. That one looks pretty good. It's not quite enough though. That's interesting. Of course, we can always apply this and then make it lower poly ourselves. That's not too bad. Go ahead and make it, I think I'll offset probably 0, maybe just a little bit above 0, and then we can make this thicker. 0.175 would look pretty good, I think. Let's give this an icing texture. So just for example, I think could definitely get rid of some of these subdivisions, but unsubdividing this way looks pretty janky as shit. I think we'll just modify I think we'll apply all this and modify it ourselves. this is going to be an icing material. That's chocolate. Forgot to apply it to itself. I do think we need some chocolate on the bottom here. You make it like three layers of icing kind of deal. Well, I'm pretty happy with how the icing's looking. Let's just duplicate it, put it in the hidden collection again, and then we'll apply the modifiers. We can get rid of some loops. And some subdivisions. So I'm gonna go ahead and make this an N-gon in the center for now. We can triangulate later. Just so we can get rid of loops easier without it trailing to other areas. Why is that? Oh, motherfucker. I don't need those in-betweens though, huh? Adds that nice arch. I'm trying to figure out what we can nix here. It's kind of hard. I guess we can just kind of flatten these out, perhaps. So we can go on our normal. Just kind of flatten some of these shapes out, maybe. Yeah, that could work, where we just flatten out individual face areas. So let me undo everything I did here. Oh, we can't go back far enough. That's why you make backups. We can just do that again. That's a hotkey, by the way. If you select a face, do Shift-G-C, it'll select all of the faces that are coplanar. do is flatten around. To match the cake's overall shape. I think that'll look pretty neat. And it'll help sell the low poly nature of it without it truly being like low poly. We're gonna have to go back and tweak a lot of this, it looks like. We'll do a couple passes here, I guess. I think we got them all on the first pass, like so. Now we're gonna wanna take the corners that are flared out and get those flattened. I'm not sure the best way to handle this. Huh, I wonder if we just keep flattening. It'll eventually even out enough. Oh, we didn't even do this one. Getting there. Doesn't have to be perfect, we just want it to look flat. I think we're close enough, right? For the most part. But like I said, getting those corners is going to take doing it like a million times, so I'm not worried about it being perfect. We'll just do it a few more times for each, and that should get us there. Then we can go ahead and delete these faces. Honestly, delete these vertices as well. And I think we can just, Hey, how's it going? Shrek. Also, I think we can go ahead and just delete these interfaces since it doesn't matter. That'll save on poly count as well. How are you this morning? Also, do you prefer I call you Shrek or Benny? You're great. That's good to hear. Making pancakes? That sounds pretty good. Calling by your name. Okay, Chris. That looks like some nice low poly icing. Now let's add the berries. I guess we'll just do a cylinder for that. How am I today? I'm great. I'm doing some low poly art for my brother's game. He's making a game too. And then I'm gonna go to Costco to go shopping for a St. Patrick's Day party that we're doing later. I'm gonna do instances here. When's St. Patrick's Day? Tomorrow. But I don't want to drink a whole bunch for the drinking holiday. right before I have to go to work the next day. So we're doing the party today instead of tomorrow. We all do St. Patrick's Day over where you are? That's like it's like an Irish thing, right? And you're not in Ireland, obviously, but I think the whole world celebrates it. I don't think it's just a US thing. Ooh, we could do like blueberries too. Yeah, okay, so we can add a sphere. And then make this a blueberry. That looks pretty cool. Then we can add a strawberry in the center. Nah, I kind of like it better without the one in the center. I think that looks good enough as is. What we could do is put these around to the side. And then put it on a tray. And then zoom the camera out. Or make the whole thing smaller, I suppose. But anyway. Then Scale this down like so. Maybe make this less thick. And a little bit more blue. Move the ground up some to get a little bit more of a shadow. I'm gonna run to the restroom. I'll be right back. I just realized my microphone was off this whole time. I'm dumb. Whoops. Sorry about that. I realize you're probably not here anymore, but short is relative is all I said. For me, I turned my microphone off when I went to the bathroom, and forgot to turn it back on, I guess. Whoops. Anyway, short is relative to answer your query. For me, like 3 hours is anything under 3 hours is short, and then anything like 4 to 6 hours is normal. We'll make this a little bit bigger to match our camera. What kind of colors do we want for this? Man, I really need to get better about turning my microphone back on after I turn it off. Maybe like pink and green would be kind of cool. We'll make the rod like a nice dark gray kind of deal. And we'll just do 2 colors for the umbrella. Kind of like these nice vibrant colors, maybe. A little bit pastel. Then another thing we can do here to get the umbrella look is still keep it maybe select all of these at once. Slide them up. Oh, I missed one. Oh no, I didn't miss one. Just I guess what we can do. Man. I don't know if this is necessary anyway. Having like that little extra curve. Oh, okay, so if I do it from this angle, I can get it to work. Then we can go by individual origins and scale these out. Some, like so. I think that's even a little bit too much. We just want this to be really subtle. Got beach umbrellas. I don't think it's gonna Okay, so I guess it will flare out a little bit, but then maybe extrude these down. I think I've decided I don't want this to flare at all. I'm overthinking this. Can just scale this down like this. Then, cause like beach umbrellas have these little droopies. So we can take all of these edges and split them. Then take all of these edges and scale them in. That'll look good. Like so. Looks pretty decent. Like that. Smooth out this silhouette just a little bit more. Maybe a little bit taller. Let this figure out itself for a second. I'm not sure why it's not denoising. Oh, that's pretty good. Send this over to the brother. He also wants some water slides. I gotta figure out the best way to handle that. Ah, man. I think this is fine for an umbrella. We'll add a curve. We're gonna attempt a water slide. Which, I mean, I think good water slides like start out and they definitely curve around a bunch of times. I wonder. I could make a tool to make low poly water slides so that he could kind of make whatever shape he wants. Let's do that. So I'm going to add a geometry nodes. How am I doing? I'm doing all right, Legend. How are you? I messed up for a second that Matt Yay guy popped in and told me short art stream even though I've been going an hour, and I didn't have my microphone on when I responded, so I'm beating myself up over not having my microphone on, but that's okay. I'm gonna go to our geometry node editor, and we're gonna mess around here a little bit. We'll take our curve, which means we don't need to bevel it. What am I creating? So my brother is working on a video game and he needs some low poly assets. So I'm just creating some various assets that he mentioned from a list. Right now I'm working on making a tool to make low poly water slides. I don't know if it's gonna work or not. I'm not super good at geometry nodes, but we're gonna give it a shot. So then he can just define a curve and it'll make a water slide out of it, which would be pretty cool. So like I've done an umbrella today. We did a low poly cake that looks kind of cool. I'm not allowed to disclose anything about the game. I'm just allowed to make art for it. He wanted a low poly top hat, so I did that. That's what we've done this morning so far. I thought the cake turned out cool with the nice like low poly looking dripping icing. Water slide. So maybe? Interesting. Points, instance. Love the low poly hat. I appreciate it. That was probably the easiest one we've done this morning. I'm happy with how the cake came out. I thought that looked pretty cool. This water slide's gonna be kind of hard. I'm not really sure the best way to approach this. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of like fumble through this for a bit because I'm not super familiar with geometry nodes. I've done a few things in the past that have been useful, but nothing like this. So we're gonna need like a cylinder. What assets am I planning on making today? I have a list. We're gonna see how far we can get before 9 a.m., which is only like 40 minutes from now. So probably not too much more. Just try to get this water slide thing done. I have a list of things to start, and then he'll add some more things for me to work on. We did top hat, we did cake, we did umbrella. Clouds are stupid easy to make, low poly clouds. So right now I'm doing the water slide generator so that we can make any shape of water slide that he might want for his level. And then a candy bridge. And we're gonna 2 assets for 2 different stages. One's like a Candyland kind of level, and one's like a water park kind of level. Anyway, the instance, we'll do an input. Geometry, read, ID. Nope. Geometry, read. Index? No. I guess it would have to be under input, right? Input, scene. Aha, object info, that's what we're looking for. Take our cylinder, plug that to our instance, and rotation. Clouds can be white bushes placed in the sky. Yeah, low poly clouds are really easy because you can just take a bunch of spheres, and I'll do 32 by 16 here. So I can just like take some spheres, move them around some. Get like that cloud shape that you're going for. Just select him, which I might even make a tool for low poly clouds so he can generate a bunch of different ones. That would be kind of cool. So you can just control shift B for bool tool union, and then after you have that, you can just do a decimate. Bam, low poly clouds, easy. Am I using cycles? The bounce lighting and everything looks a whole lot nicer than Eevee. Just for example renders, and I have a good enough GPU that it doesn't matter. It's like we get like this really nice bounce lighting from the ground geometry here. So I can even just say this is done for a low poly cloud. Oh, we can make a cloud generator for sure though. I'm gonna go ahead and put this in a new collection. And get back to our little water park generator. how do we get their rotation? Maybe... Alright, so it's only doing on these points. Ah, man. Oh, and we can go ahead and like bevel it just so we can see what we're doing. Let's go ahead and make a nice round spiral kind of thing here for our water slide. Oh, what kind of PC specs do you have, Fazzy? Like, how good is your PC if it wants to die with cycles? I feel like a lot of times for me, cycles even ends up going faster than Eevee. Granted, I don't know how good Eevee is in 4 and beyond, but it was kind of slow and clunky for... Great for viewport, bad for renders, before Blender 4 at least. So I switched back to using cycles for almost everything. I think your problem is your NVIDIA GTX. Which card do you have? Do you know? Mine's pretty old. I'm on an RTX 2080. Set spline resolution. That'll be useful. You have a 1030? Oh, okay. Yeah, that's fair. Now we're getting somewhere. So now I need to be able to take this and instance it on each of these points. So after setting the spline resolution, that's cool. So that evens it out. Nice. Low Poly Star reminds you the new indie horror games that simulate PSX. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna have to get a link for that. I can give you tips on how to use cycles with a not up-to-date PC. That'd be cool. Oh shit, I got mixed up who is saying what. Yeah, Legend has a 1030. Yeah, Cycles is pretty performant. If you know what you're doing. PlayStation 1. Okay, so then we can instance to points. Oh wait, no, we want to instance on points. Join geometry. Oh shit, whoops. Okay, perfect. Now I just need to get the rotation. Instance on curve with rotation geonodes. Use curve to points because it'll give you the rotation you want. Okay. Curve to points. Points. Rotation. Perfect. Except we want to match the count. So that it... Oh, that's awesome. And for this, we can just inset bridge, so it'll look like a water slide. Nice. Look at that. You can basically just reduce the samples and change how often the light bounces around to work better with cycles. And another thing that's useful if you're doing animations specifically is under the performance, you can use persistent data. So it'll store data in your RAM for what it did previously. And then, okay, so the cool thing about this, I'm gonna set this to like 165, or like, I don't know, just 60 is probably fine. But the cool thing about this is we can add inputs. So we go to our group and add an input, make it an integer, default 17, plug this into the count for both of these. I don't know why that's not working. Oh, geometry input must be the first. So now we can change the resolution of this at will, which is pretty cool. Ah. Let's see how far we can take this. Let's make it so the first point gets a ladder that goes up to it. I'd also like to give it some color inputs. I think we can make this all procedural without using an instance here. I think we can curve primitive circle, resolution 8, then radius 0.34, curve operations curve to mesh. Nah, that's not it. Curve operations. Because if we like just plug this in on the instances now, we'll see the curves, but they aren't like extruded or anything. Oh, we could, here's what we do. We do curve. You can join these. Let's output this just so we can see what we're looking at. So we can join those. And then we can do another curve primitive line. And we can do an extrude. Oh. Or curve to mesh. So curve, profile curve, fill caps. See what that looks like. Not quite right. Okay, so instead, we can do minus 0.2, 0.2. That's still a little bit thick. Minus 0.1, 0.1. Minus 0.05, 0.05. That looks about right. So we can do a curve to mesh on this one. And then do a curve to mesh on this one. And then Boolean those. Nope. Mesh 1, mesh 2. See what that looks like. Nice. And then we can do a shade flat. Nice. And then we can plug this into our instances. And plug this back on here. Nice. So now we can do we can add some inputs here. So we can add a radius. This will be subdivisions. This will be radius. And then we'll just plug this in here. And then we'll do that. Radius. Multiply by like 1.1. Divide that and now if we we can just take that and add a value. Which we'll just do an outer radius. And shove that into here. Oh wait, no. The multiplying worked. Although if we add the outer radius, then we can customize it more. So we'll add the outer radius and plug that in there. And then we'll subtract the outer radius and plug that in there. So now we can customize this as well. Cool. These are all the joints. Don't need that, don't need that, don't need that. Let's clean up a little bit here. Oh, this is awesome. Let me zoom in a little bit and send my brother a screenshot of what I'm working on. So now I have to figure out how to select every other ring to apply different materials. How do I select edges on a curve? Let's see, curve, read. Operations. And I guess if I really wanted to, I could just count apply constructive modifiers on curve, convert curve to mesh in order to apply. Oh man. Although we should, every like so often on the slide, have like support structures. So we want like a little platform with like a ladder that people can go up. Man, this might be too hard to finish in the next 7 minutes. This might be another day kind of thing. So anyway, I guess we can get the starting point of the curve. Hi, you returned. Welcome back. I'm almost done with the stream here. I gotta leave in a little bit to go to Costco before they open, because after they open, they get really crowded really fast. We're throwing a St. Patrick's Day party tonight, so... Oh man, I crashed. The hell? My computer's freezing up? That's not good. Whoops. Okay, back to where we were. Let's go ahead and move all this up here. We can delete the things we don't need, because that's just cluttering stuff up. Okay, so then... realize the instances. So now if I convert to mesh, it'll save everything, which is pretty cool. Okay, so what we want to do is add a curve circle, I guess. Instance on points. We want this curve and we only want the first point, so how do I select just the first point? Pick instance. curve, operations, read, endpoint selection. Ooh. There we go. Okay, that'll work. So now we can make a line. Minus 0.05. And then we can say curve to mesh. Make you the profile curve. Fill the caps. Shove you on. Shove you on there. Join this geometry. Then we can geometry, curve primitives, quadrilateral, do another curve line, curve to mesh, and then do a Boolean. Let's just see what this looks like real quick. Ooh. Oh, we want to fill the caps. Then Boolean. Transform. Like that, maybe. All right, it's 9. I gotta go. I'll pick this up later, but Tuesday we're gonna work on my game. So thanks everyone who hung out and said hello during the stream. I appreciate you. I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I hope you have a happy St. Patrick's Day tomorrow. All right, let's do transform really quick. And unplug that one. So now we can move this down. Okay, I'm gonna end this stream there. Thanks again for watching. Hope you have a great rest of your day.